Rose was born here in the Napa Valley in the St. Helena Hospital. She grew up in Yountville. She went to Yountville Elementary School. She picked prunes in the summertime. And she's probably best known for being a bartender at Ponch's, where she's worked for many decades. I first met Rose shortly after I moved to Yountville in 1999. My husband said there was a pretty interesting bar at the north end of town, so off we went. We walked into the doors of Ponch's and took a couple seats at the bar, ordered a couple drinks, and Rose was working that day.
Ponch's was a rough bar with the farm workers. Like I said, it was mostly guys, and they had problems in there at first. But as the clientele started changing.
And it was a gathering place and a hub for all kinds of social interaction every day. It was almost a daily ritual to stop by there and get the latest news and exchange the latest developments.
Rose also loved it when the bikers came.
I'd be out front and I'd see people, they'd see the bikes out there, then they'd be scared about coming in. But you know, those guys are just like anybody else. And Rose just started getting a great relationship with them. And I think a lot of them loved Rose because the way Rose would talk to them.
They would always park all their Harleys in front of the bar and come in and tell stories about their dog or their mom, just regular guys. But they mostly came in to see Rose.
Rose she was a tough gal. My mom, she got it probably from my mom. My mom was a very tough woman. Having 12 kids, I guess, can make you tough.
Rose had a strong personality. She liked to tell you what she thought about you and what she thought about all sorts of things. Not everybody always appreciated that, but that was Rose.
Everybody was scared of Rose. Not everybody, but there was a lot of people scared of Rose. And they thought she was this big, tough woman, and she was. But Rose had the biggest heart.
Rose also had a special place in her heart for the veterans. She called them her veterans.
I think we became friends immediately, so she's just very pro-veteran and very welcoming to all vets. Treated us with respect.
She always made sure that if the veterans didn't have a place to go on a holiday, they came to her house. They were always welcome. She threw them birthday parties.
Just a very gracious lady.
Rose also loved it when the LGBTQ community would call and say, "Hey, Rose, we want to have a special event. Can we come to the bar?" Rose always said yes. She loved that they could come in, have some fun, and just be themselves.
Anybody that would come into Ponch's and say, "Rose, we want to start a fundraiser. Can we leave a box here," or whatever it was, to start it. And I was there quite a few times where Rose told everybody at the bar, "Okay, guys, pull your wallets out, and it better not just be $1."
Sometimes Rose would call me and say, "Let's go out to dinner." So we would walk down from the bar on Washington Street to the other end of town. Usually a walk that took about 10 minutes, but with Rose, it took about 45.
You go out with Rose and you'd have to wait for her because she had to talk to this person, talk to that person. Everywhere she went, Rose knew everybody.
Rose's legacy is the hearts that she touched. She had her own type of hospitality, Rose's way.
A lot of my clients said, "Oh, our friends were here," and they said, "We got to go to Ponch's to go meet your sister." And then they would say, "Are we safe if we walk in with you?" I said, "Not really, because my sister, sometimes she would treat me just like everybody else and not like her little brother."
Thank you, Chamber, for giving Rose this first ever Yountville Legacy Award. It would have been important to her and special.